We are small hiatus back and better than ever. The new and improved, very important people talking about very important things podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Cameron, and I have my main co-host, John, today, and two maybe permanent. We will see. We're doing some troubleshooting. Two extra hosts today. My brothers, Noah Duker. Everybody knows Noah. Noah, say hi.
Hello.
If you've listened to this before, Noah's been on a few times. So you're probably a new listener if you listen to us now. And then for the first time, my other brother from the same mother, Micah. Micah, how's it going?
Hey, hi. It's going. I'm here.
Awesome. So, yeah, we are a lifelong friends, brothers, dorks, nerds.
Lifelong brothers.
What'd you say?
Lifelong brothers, you say?
Yeah, whole lives.
Brothers.
John, you count. You're in, man.
Well, hey, the way family dynamics, things can change these days. That's not for certain. But, yeah, we talk about nerdy, dorky things on this podcast, things that are interesting to us. And today we'll be pitching our dream HBO shows, I guess, today. So stay tuned for that. So we like to talk about movies a lot on here, or TV shows a lot. But anyway, before we do, Micah, again, introduce yourself properly to the small audience, but tell us a bit about yourself. Why are you qualified to be on VIP to Vids? What are your nerdy credentials?
Oh, nerdy credentials.
We don't care about the rest.
You guys know, like, you were going out partying at night, and I was at home grinding the Super Nintendo on all the cool JRPGs that you left. And, Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 6/3. I was playing them, until the sun came up. Yeah.
Okay.
Super nerdy.
Okay.
And I did that up until probably junior year of high school. And then I got cool.
Oh, you don't belong on this podcast.
But no, I mean, I always played video games, and I'm super into anime. I'm not super into anime, but I watch anime, and that's about it. I'm like I don't know. I have a reputation among my friends of being an asshole who doesn't like anything.
Oh, you'll fit in.
Yeah, they're like, Micah doesn't like anything. Like, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy with my friends one time, and this guy, it's the first time I hung out with him. He looks at me, and he tells me something like, "This is my Bible, and if you shit on it, so help me God." And he said something like somebody had told him that I don't like anything, and he was prepared to let me know, like, don't badmouth.
Wait, he chose Guardians of the Galaxy as his hill to die on?
I fell asleep.
Die on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's me.
That's a choice. Man, you got to bring him over sometime, just so we can all fucking shit on him at the same time. Just bully the fucking hell out of him. Yeah, some people need that. Yeah, I feel like he would benefit. We'd make him a better person.
Yeah, I'll write that down.
Wait, which movie was it? The first, second, or third?
The first.
Oh, the first.
I mean,
sleep.
Does it matter? Are any of them like real artistic achievements?
Real high art. Yeah.
Damn.
It's coming, but we have an episode in the future where I'm going to throw one of them under the bus. So I just
Wait, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah, make sure Mike.
And we're going to be like, that's not a hot take at all, Cam.
I was going to say, if it's Love and Thunder, that's not a hot take. That's
yeah. What the hell? We're just like whacking low hanging fruit.
The reason is I got a lot of flack from people, and I was like, seriously? Okay, I thought this was common knowledge, but okay. Micah, I will stand by you. There are a lot of people who have a lot of love for those films, and I don't know if it's all warranted. So it's a real thing.
I think
You experience
they're
it
a little
real
long. I think, yeah, a cool concept. Premise is awesome. The world is cool, and I think that's everything the comic books delivered. Right, the movie was just kind of long.
Hey, maybe you can reboot it on a TV show here. So
Yeah, there you go.
all right, so that is Micah. Micah, maybe. Oh, so here. Oh, we didn't address the white Ben in the room here. So our other host, Ben, if you've listened to any previous episodes, he's probably on the title card. He's just super busy doing father things, and so we are trying to do a little reboot of our own here with the cast, and brought Micah in, Noah. See how long you can. Ben is gone. I don't know when he's coming back, but Micah and Noah are more than ample replacements as well.
You know what? I'm unemployed, so
There we go.
I'm here as long as you can stand me.
Boom. Look at that.
Truly an
Like a
important
bad
person.
penny. Get rid of him.
The name is legit. So first thing we always do, then Micah, this is your first episode, but gentlemen, anything in the news? You have an open podium. Anything in the news, nerdy, dorky related that you want to share that's of any interest to you?
Okay. Noah, I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. I gotta go first. All right. I mean, there's two things that I would mention. First one is Ghost in the Shell IP getting a new reboot. I believe it's this summer it's coming out. Lots of talk about it. Some people are really hyped. Some people are a little skeptical. It looks like they've kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of like kidified the aesthetic. They've kind of made it a little less gritty, a little less adult. And some people really seem to have an issue with that. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I definitely appreciate the aesthetic that they've had with Ghost in the Shell, across the many different properties, particularly, the very first one. I mean, that one is just a masterpiece. Everybody should watch that. But for me, it wasn't just the aesthetic. It was the storytelling. It was the existential issues that it wrestles with. If they can keep that in it, I'd be happy. Cam, you were kind of nodding along. Have you been hearing rumblings about
I
this?
saw a trailer, and that's all I had to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for it.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Now, so I'll definitely give it the benefit of the doubt and check it out. So like I said, I've seen, the first one. I've seen the sequel, which you can find that sucker for free on YouTube, and it's amazing. Definitely check that out. Standalone Complex season 1 and 2. Even watched the live action version with ScarJo, which I feel like was very unfairly maligned. I understand some of the criticisms of it, as far as it being kind of a mishmash of two of the previous IPs, and kind of like wishy-washy, half in, half out, that sort of deal. But you know what? I thought it was decently entertaining, and I was just happy to see a live action adaptation of it. So that's the first thing that I think is worth tracking. And then the second thing is, have you guys ever watched the first season of Doro Hedoro on Netflix? Yeah. So second season is out, baby, and second season is awesome.
Okay.
Dude, such a good series. Like, are you familiar with Doro Hedoro at all, Cam? Micah?
What the hell?
No. First time actually hearing of it.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it in Hot Topic?
I don't know if it's in Hot Topic or not.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't know.
That would, yeah.
That's a good
hard one to answer. I have not been in a Hot Topic in a while.
So I got to ask you, Brown, because I know you'll understand the reference.
Mm.
The art style for Dorohedoro, in my opinion, really reminds me of the Max.
The Max?
The Max from back in the day.
Like the comic book, the
Yes.
Max? The weird line drawing, like kind of the expressive, large, yeah,
Colorful, sketchy.
It's just very
yes,
like
it is a little bit bold and sketchy. You're right.
yeah,
I'd
it's like
say.
sketchy and kind of like over detailed in like a way that's
Hmm.
kind of like in your face and grotesque,
Well, hell, if
right?
it doesn't hit the same type of themes as the Max as well, damn,
Yeah. Oh man.
very similar. Now that you're
Mm.
speaking of it,
Yeah. So Dorohedoro season 2 is out. You can call it the sell it portion of this particular episode. I'm
yeah,
selling it.
God,
If
you
you
know
haven't
what?
seen it,
You need a full sale on Dorohedoro so you can
mm.
explain to these chumps what
Oh
the hell
man.
you're going about.
So
But I feel like that's a hard one to explain.
it is, and I think one of the things that I love about it is it's such the setting is so bizarre that kind of anything goes and anything would be considered like fitting in with the universe, right?
Mm.
Like it's such a wacky, weird, like basically the premise of it is there's a world that contains sorcerers that can do magic, and then there's a world that doesn't. And the sorcerers will go into the world that doesn't, and they'll practice their sorcery on the unsuspecting humans. And the humans have kind of like come together to protect themselves. And there's like this association that goes around and hunts sorcerers and all this kind of stuff. And anyway, this human in the human world um, has amnesia and has a freaking lizard head. And he, blames sorcerers for transforming his head into a lizard head. And he's
By the
running
way,
around.
contextually, that doesn't matter. Like, that's not too weird within the world because the wizards keep going in and, like, they'll transform you into a cockroach or something and then just leave.
Yeah, no. It's like par for the course. Like, they just do crazy shit to these poor unsuspecting people. Just treat them like parts of their different wizarding experiments or whatever. But so he's running around trying to find the sorcerer that did it so he can get his face back and figure out who the hell he is. And the way he does this when he finds them is he sticks their head in his mouth. And then this weird shadowy guy crawls out of his throat and looks at the guy and will like tell him whether or not he recognizes it. It's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. All the sorcerers wear like really weird, grotesque masks and they worship demons. And it's crazy. It's like a fever dream. But again, like it's just so fun with all the different things that happen and with how just kind of said it's kind of grotesquely illustrated the worlds, but also in like a way that's just really interesting to the eye. There's so much to see and take in with every panel. Yeah, it's super fun, man. Like it's a super fun watch.
It sounds like what's kind of going on in real life.
Do explain, Mike?
Did I miss the lizardhead people? What?
I just mean, anything paranormal, right?
Mike,
Like the author clearly, the author clearly is into paranormal stuff, and they were thinking for some kind of explanation. They're like, well, what if all this weird stuff is just magicians in a different dimension coming in here and effing around, right? And playing. It's like a playground.
Well,
Right,
Alex Jones, slow down there, man.
Yeah.
Carlson up in here.
Did you know that right now? Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh, they said that. Oh.
Vampire.
I'm turning the frogs gay.
Well, wait.
They're turning the frog gay.
Trump did post like a photo of him with an alien today on Twitter or something.
Yeah,
So, I mean, man, all bets are off.
The very
like
best.
maybe so. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what's
I
going on?
think it's all a red herring, but that's what I mean. It could be magicians in a different dimension. Yeah, maybe it's not aliens. Maybe it's nothing material. Maybe it's metaphysical, right? Maybe,
I
you know.
mean, if
Anyways,
their technology was so advanced, they could traverse the stars to come visit us.
Yeah.
I mean, it would probably seem like magic, the things that they could do. So,
Oh,
that as well, yeah. Who
yes.
knows? But
Hmm.
yeah, that's cool. I have to watch Kudoro, and I think I could. I'm gonna try and get my wife in on it.
oh
I
yeah,
gotta. I think she could. I think she'd be into that.
yeah.
You
It's
never know.
not like I said, it's very whimsical, right? It's not like Berserk,
Oh, that
where
sounds
I got
good.
Jen to watch Berserk and she was like traumatized.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
it's not like that.
Brooks
It's
like
whimsical.
Brooks like I can only watch that every like 5 years. She's like,
It's also
yeah.
very long,
Hmm. Uh,
kind of
well,
grindy.
heck, Micah, that's a good segue into anything you want to bring up current event wise.
Oh, you know, I just kind of you were talking about Ghost in the Shell, the new series, and um specifically the aesthetic. I had read I can't cite the source.
Hmm.
I'll be honest, it was a random like Twitter comment,
Okay.
but somebody was claiming, and again, I've never read the manga, but they were claiming that the aesthetic in the new series actually aligns with the manga.
Hmm.
Because and you know what? Over here, I don't think many people have read the manga. The show is incredibly popular.
Hmm. No,
And
I have seen
so for
some of the manga, and I would agree with that statement. I think
okay.
it is much closer to the manga than it would be the previous animated aesthetics, for sure.
And I do agree with you. I love that original uh the film. I
Hmm.
mean, like, it's the detail, the realism.
Hmm.
It really is kind of like a Blade Runner-esque
Yeah.
animated film. I love that. But you know, I think I prefer that also, but I think the this new aesthetic, it might not limit them
Hmm.
to they might be able to get away with more fluid animation, not
Okay.
being grounded in the realism. That could be cool. So I am looking forward to that also. And I saw the trailer. I think the first trailer they released, the song was legitimately heavily inspired by Led Zeppelin's "When the Levee Breaks."
Hmm.
That that opening riff with
Hmm.
the twangy guitar, I was like, "Whoa, this shit is cool!" Like I was into that. Really, a real Western kind of feel
Right
to the
on.
soundtrack. I'm looking forward to that. And then, uh, I mean, yeah, while we're on the topic of new things and I guess anime, Gundam, and this kind of fits in with the theme of the show. They're producing a movie, a Hollywood film under
Okay.
Legendary Pictures. It got greenlit a few weeks ago.
Yes.
So they cast
Oh.
Sydney Sweeney,
Oh, it's happening. Okay.
and yeah, it's happening.
It's
And like,
happening.
I'm cool. I've never seen a Sydney Sweeney film,
Hmm.
but I think she fits the archetype for the female lead in any Gundam,
Hmm.
which is, you know, I mean, you don't have to do much
Bubbly
in Gundam.
blonde.
It's just the giant robots blowing stuff up. So you got a bombshell blonde blowing stuff up. That is like totally in line. And then they cast Noah Centineo in that role, and I actually he's in the new Street Fighter film that's unreleased, which is also
Hmm. He's Ken,
produced
isn't
by
he?
Legendary Pictures. He's playing Ken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that guy, he's gonna be the lead in the new Gundam film.
Okay.
And I'm actually, because my wife was watching like teenage I don't know what genre this would be, but like teenage, like coming of age movies made for Netflix, like
Okay.
maybe 5 years ago. And Noah Centineo was in like all of them, and he was the hunky heartthrob.
Oh.
And I loved him in every single one of those because he was totally aware of the role he was playing, as was the writing. And it just worked.
Okay.
He was super lovable, very charismatic. And I actually enjoyed those movies. One of the films has Keanu Reeves.
Wait, he is in the
and
upcoming
Molly
Street Fighter
Ringwald in
movie.
it.
Huh.
Which is super weird, yeah.
Yeah.
And that movie is super, super self-aware, goofy film. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Gundam film with Noah Centineo and Sydney Sweeney. I think it could be really sick.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my current events.
I dig it. Totally gonna watch that. Start tracking that.
Hopefully, it doesn't get stuck in development hell.
Mm.
So,
Right? Yeah.
Never know.
John, any quick news to convey?
Yeah. You guys following the watch world at all? There's been a major event in watches. If you are familiar, the Swatch is actually doing a collab with
It's like a limited release,
Audemars.
right?
I don't even know if it's limited, but
Really?
I assume it is because Audemars Piguet, the famous producer of the Royal Oak, probably the most iconic watch right now amongst the hip hop and nouveau riche set. Very expensive, very exclusive watch. Goes for what, about 40 grand.
Ooh.
So yeah, they made the Pop Swatch, which is a little. It's not even little. It's like a pocket watch that looks like a Royal Oak. Ooh, can I share a picture? Let's see. Hang on. Let me get the Royal Pop. I don't know how to share a picture. My bad.
I saw something in the news on that today. So
Oh, you did.
there
There
we
we
go.
go. There's the Royal Oak. That's
Okay.
the reference image, and the actual Pop Swatch, which is, you know, let's see. There we go. And the Pop Swatch.
Oh, there.
You got
Yeah.
you got the weird bezel
Wow.
there and the screws, all done in plastic.
I
Yeah,
mean,
people have been tearing up the stores. People punching each other in lines over
yes,
getting a hold of
I've
their
been
Pop
seeing
Swatch.
those kinds of headlines, which I gotta say, I mean, I'm only like a casual observer of the watch scene from afar. Um, you know, all the things that I do, like jewelry, is kind of a no-no, get ruined.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have a lot of occasions to wear that sort of thing. Um, but that Royal Oak really underwhelming. Man, no, I don't understand why that seems to be the big deal. I don't know if there's
Well,
something fancy about the movement or something. Um, but I think it
there's a
looks
couple things that are pretty cool about the Royal Oak. I would say some of the
it
things
looks
that are
pretty
stand out. The
plain.
band. Well, it's supposed to be. It's a very sleek design, right?
Hmm.
It's thin as well. The bracelet on it is, you'll see that it kind of flows right into the watch. So it
Hmm.
was one of the ones that did that effect really well, and
Okay.
it's famous for that bracelet that
Hmm.
along with that distinct bezel there.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a pretty watch. If you see one up close, it's got some things. I don't want to dunk on the Royal Oak. It's fancy. It's probably, yeah. Now, am I gonna give car price for a watch? No, and I'm not a
Hmm.
rapper, so I can't really pull that off. But a Pop Swatch, I don't know, man. They're getting
Yeah.
scalped right now for about $2,500.
Oh
Whoa.
my god.
For the
Whoa.
plastic. It
That's
is
a
And
an
it
lot.
was
automatic movement in there, but it is a plastic watch. Yes, bioceramic from Swatch,
Wow.
you
and
know what it
it's not even
is?
on a band. You have
It's
to,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
scalping, man. It's all the did you hear like shoes they found out
Yes,
recently that shoes deteriorate, they disintegrate? And
yes,
so
they
all the
do.
shoe scalpers are now like hitting new markets
I can see that.
because their shoes are worthless.
I can see that.
And so that's probably, and I was just thinking that that watch on the right, I think my little girls would love that. It's colorful, it's
They would,
plastic,
yeah.
it's
They're
simple.
cool.
They would love that. And so they're probably just scalping that like they are Pokemon cards.
Hmm.
Yes.
It's the hype beast culture, I guess.
Yes. Hmm. Interesting.
Looks dumb to me.
Whoa.
I bet your daughter knows all about him.
Damn,
She
I'm gonna
might.
go. I'm gonna
No,
go
it
turn
looks-
this Royal Oak. You're not gonna get it now, Cam.
And they
I
look
was
cheap.
thinking about your birthday,
Oh
but
no!
you know what? If you don't like it, yeah, you're not getting it from me.
I'm so sad. And please reconsider. And last thing for me, real quick, just it came up, but the creator of the Max did pass away. I think last week I saw on the news.
Oh,
Sam Keith.
ew.
Would not mention it, but it came up, so I just throw that in there. I don't know. That's all I got. All right, so this is going to be a rocky transition, but going from watch it. Well, we did a lot of
Yeah.
anime and TV shows, but
Hey,
we're thinking of a.
watch
What?
culture is nerd culture. Just throw that out.
Watch culture is nerd.
No, I'm just-
culture.
no,
I can
I-
think of nothing nerdier than the watch
not-
crap. Oh my
I mean,
god.
maybe
Not
trains.
denying that.
There's a lot of crossover watches and trains. Let me tell you.
Yeah, little machines.
How about this? It's time to transition to the main topic here, is what we came to talk about today. So we're coming up with a topic like we do every week. Some are bangers, some a little less. And Noah suggested that I don't know. We come up with, and fill me in here, Noah. IPs that we think deserve an HBO Max series or something by
it doesn't have to be
HBO. And what's going on?
But just the idea is an IP that you think deserves like a really well done miniseries, something properly funded, got some real heavy hitters doing the writing and the cinematography. Like, what IP deserves that kind of treatment? And do you think would translate well and be something worth producing? So,
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't have to be HBO, it could be AMC, it could be Netflix original, whatever.
Okay.
All these places now are putting out some limited series that are really well done. And so, yeah, I think it's kind of like the new hot medium, right? Movies that you see in theaters, I think, are kind of going by the wayside compared to these kinds of short series. So yeah, I'd be curious to see if there's what you guys think, what IPs you enjoy that you think would translate well and you'd like to see done in that way.
Okay. Again, I was wondering where the HBO angle was coming in here, but
Yeah, just because they're known for like
yeah.
short series.
Oh, I was gonna say that means we can have nudity.
You could.
we could swear. Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
you're allowed.
No
You're
limits.
allowed it.
No limits here.
okay.
Full frontal.
So that said, Noah, why don't you start us off? But I'm going to ask for everybody, give us your property, pitch your idea, I guess, your theme or your synopsis. But then, yeah, tell me what streaming service you're putting it on and why as well. So there's a lot out there. So
Oh
you
man.
got to tie it to a streaming service that matches.
Interesting.
Okay.
Am I going first?
It's your idea, dude. Yeah, you go.
Okay, boom. So I thought of a couple. But I'm going to go with the one that came to mind first. And I think this deserves to be on HBO. As HBO brought us Game of Thrones. This is very Game of Thrones-esque. But I would absolutely die if somebody would produce Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions for a limited run series on HBO. Oh man, that would be so fucking amazing. Like, you've got interpersonal conflict between Ramza and Delta. You've got a civil war going on between the two factions. You've got political intrigue with like Wheatgrass being all super based, and the Knights of the Zodiac and the demon worshipping and all the craziness. Like, there's just so many different levels and threads that you could weave into that story, and you could get super gritty, Game of Thrones-esque medieval with it. In the game, motherfuckers get killed all the time. Like, so in that sense, also very Game of Thrones-esque. the narrative of that game really is like multi-tiered, really is very mature, very adult. It's very grand and sweeping, and it's epic. There's all kinds of really cool things you could put in there. Man, see a freaking calculator like just wrecking face on the battlefield would be freaking sick. Um, yeah, no, I don't know if you guys. I mean, Cam, you had a pretty strong. For those of you that are watching on the YouTube, Cam had a pretty strong reaction to that. I'm curious. What do you think about this proposition?
Here's the thing: is that the game is great, beloved. I get it. People always harp on the story, and I'm sorry. When I played that, that went over my head. I don't know what the story's about. I don't know why it's so deep. I don't know why people say it's. I don't know the story, but what I remember, it was vanilla, basic, bland, unmemorable. I guess
You just didn't pay
I guess I
attention.
didn't read the dialogue. I sped through it to the next
You
fight.
must
But
have.
I don't get it.
Oh man, like the whole. I mean, at the very beginning, you've got Ramza and Delta, and Ramza's like the royal, right? He's like the prince, and he's got
It's
this
like a
great
betrayal or
future
but
ahead of him. And then he's got his buddy Delta, who's like an orphan, who's like raised alongside him. He's got all of the advantages that Ramza had, but he's not royal, right? He's just a commoner. And then they end up having this big falling out, right? And then there's this whole like class struggle that plays out between them. They're like kind of proxies for class struggle. And that there's even more layers to that. We've got like Graph and the Knights of the Zodiac, and they're throwing into the Civil War, and they're taking up for populists and the common man. Like there's tons of mature themes to it. You just
I
didn't pick them up
I
as a
missed it
child.
all.
Man,
Probably because I
no,
kept
it is.
dying and having to restart my save.
Yeah, some of them fights were brutal. Some of them were unforgiving.
Micah, weigh in here. I know you like that game, right?
Yeah, I love that
Or is
game.
that Zach, the other brother?
No, we all do. Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Zach love that game. I mean, I think at the core of that game, its story, its theme is, it's just really like your virtues as a individual. Your soul is at the core of that game's story. What is it worth? How do you leverage it? What are you willing to do? That's it. Because yeah, Ramza and Delita, they are contrasting heavily. Where Ramza, he sticks to his family's honor and all of that, and his morals and again virtues, and they never waver, even through hard times. He goes to the lowest of lows. He pretty much is getting spit on, while Delita is raising through the ranks, just compromising his integrity throughout the game, and again, it's an amazing, like that story is second to none. It is a masterclass in storytelling. Gosh, I always forget the director's name. I apologize. Incredible guy. That's his greatest contribution to the world. That game, anybody who played it and go play it again.
Oh, yeah.
You're probably young, and I remember when we got it, Zach bought it. He came home from Target or Walmart with it, and we were like, "Oh, what is this?" Because we'd all just played Final Fantasy VII. It was huge, and we're like, "Oh, this is not a Final Fantasy game. What, these characters are cartoonish. What's going on?" But I mean, as we played it, we all kind of got, for the most part, most of us got sucked into it. It became a real conversation piece, and I've just watched it grow and grow, and it is a cult classic to this day. Everybody appreciates that game.
I mean, it touches on like revisionist history, right? Like, because Delita's running off like being the fucking hero, like doing all the cool shit, and like Ramza ends up getting like all the credit for it because he's like the noble, and all the stuff with Delta was going on like in the shadows and whatnot. Freaking, I've seen memes recently where they bring up quotes from Wheatraff talking about how like if the punishment for a crime is a fine, it really only applies to the poor, kind of deal. Like there's so many levels to it, man. Like it is a really, really well fleshed out, well told narrative, and yeah, to see that in a limited series, I think it would just go bonkers.
I could see it working, even though I don't really know what the story is. But
so the story is actually heavily influenced by the Knights Templar.
Okay.
Like, yeah, the whole church thing going on, the Church of like Galbados or whatever it is. Like, it's literally one for one Knights Templar. It's all the conspiracy theories. I mean, I don't know if it's really conspiracy theory because the head of the Knights Templar historically, I think he was hung or maybe crucified back then for practicing like witchcraft, demonology is what they got him on. And this is a guy who had gone into Jerusalem in the Middle East during the Crusades. And so the theory is that when they went there, they discovered things about Christianity that the church had kept hidden. That's the conspiracy theory. And I think they had raided some king's tomb. That's also in the theory, and that's where they found all these historical documents that nobody had seen before, and they all essentially ended up practicing black magic, the Knights Templar, and then they brought it back, and that's what I think the King of France got them on. And so there's also, and some people are like, well, there was some economic, framing going on where the Knights Templar were kind of falling out of favor, and this was just kind of the monarchy's way of getting rid of them. So some people are like, well, that stuff's not real, so that's their explanation for it. But historically, the leader of the Knights Templar was executed for practicing black magic, and that's exactly what Final Fantasy Tactics story is centered on. So
I could see it.
Super cool game.
Layers upon layers, Cam.
Layers. It's just an onion of tactics in fantasy. John, what do you pitching to us, and then what's your streaming service of choice?
Okay, let's see. The movie Dark City. Have you ever seen that?
Okay. Yeah, that's the French film, right?
No, not French. It's a neo-noir movie starring Rufus Sewell. Kiefer Sutherland is in it as well. Jennifer Connelly. About a guy who wakes up with amnesia to find that he's a serial killer, or at least it looks like he's a serial killer because he's, he wakes up with a dead body. But as it goes forward, things are stranger and stranger as he realizes he's being followed by these pale men in trench coats who can manipulate reality. And on top of that, what he also gets to experience is that every time at the end of the night, the day never actually comes. Instead, everybody falls asleep and then wakes up as a different person. Like, different personalities and everything. So what he eventually figures out is that the men in the trench coats they're aliens that are inhabiting the dead bodies of humans, and they are studying humanity by resetting them every night to try to get data so that they can prevent themselves from dying out. But how cool would a series be, a prequel to the movie where they are just resetting the neo-noir setting over and over again while effing with them in a show? I would watch the heck out of that. That would wait a second. I guess it would end up being like Riverdale or something. I don't know.
A teen show.
Yeah.
Angsty teen Dark City. Hey, Micah, tell your wife, she'll be into it.
Riverdale with boobs.
There you go.
Would be the pitch.
They're not actual teenage actors, so legit. Yeah, it could work.
It's fine.
Nothing compromised. Yeah, it's totally
So wait,
legal.
what streaming service is going to carry this and why?
I think we could probably put it on Netflix. Yeah, Netflix original.
That's
Okay.
original.
They'll throw money at anything. So you know what, man?
They've got money to throw at everything.
Wait, who made Man in Hightower? Was that FX?
Ooh,
I can't
can't
remember.
remember.
I think it may have been AMC.
AMC.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it.
That was the last big Rufus Sewell project.
AMC is kind of artsy fartsy.
Yeah, we could make this artsy. Neo noir.
Sounds great, Brown. I'm here for
Yeah.
it. It's funny because one of the IPs that came to mind for me would be that old Deja Vu video games. Yes.
Oh, it would totally be like that.
Oh, it's just like that. Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that's right.
Bro,
Yeah.
every single episode has a mugger getting punched in the face.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be so fun. Oh man. Yes.
He's got
Yes.
got two black eyes and a bloody lip by episode 3.
Oh, but like noir, such a cool genre, and so little of it nowadays makes it to the mainstream.
Hey man,
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that'd be
Noir is
sick.
coming out. If that hits it, Deja Vu could be next.
Uh-oh.
Skeptical face. I don't think it's gonna be like real.
Look,
I think it's gonna be like a Marvel version of noir, and I'm just gonna call my shot right now. I think it's gonna fall flat of what an actual noir fan would want to see.
I think there's more Marvel and Nick Cage fans than noir fans. So
Oh, wait a second. Oh, I think there is real Marvel fatigue, just like
for
Star
sure.
Wars.
For sure, there's that too.
So yeah, we're gonna have to be looking elsewhere, boys. I don't want anything to do with Marvel or with Star Wars.
don't tell that to the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy guy is
yeah.
gonna be real mad. He's like gonna have a religious crisis, screaming at the screaming on his knees at his statue of Chris Pratt.
Don't tell him James Gunn went to DC years ago. No. Keep the facade.
Yeah, he's a Superman guy now. That's his
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, that's
All right.
steady. I think that's fucking top shelf, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
I'd watch the hell out of it.
Oh, that is such a good movie, by the way. And the fact that you haven't seen it is an absolute shame, Cameron.
I could see it getting a reboot, exploring the world. Like are these miniseries or maxi series? What are they called?
You know what? I like many. I'd like there to be an end to this. I like that British model of there to be an end to the series.
Yeah,
It does. There is something comforting about like a beloved series that can just like roll forever, like The Office. Like I get it, but that's not really the way I want to watch any show. I want it to have an arc that actually has a finish. I want them to actually finish, like plan the finish as well, or else you end up with something deeply unsatisfying. And all the good, satisfying finishes to shows, they had a plan for how it ended. And they didn't just try to scramble it together at the last minute. And that's where it's gone wrong on so many of these series, is that they just stretch it and then cap it off when they're not making, like, just end it. End it when you need to end it, man. It's okay.
yeah, like 12 to 24 episodes, somewhere in there. Have a complete narrative. Done.
Mm.
Like,
God. End on
Hire
end
some
on a high.
writers and write a new project.
Mm-hmm.
Or a spinoff.
Yeah.
Hey, do a spinoff.
Spin-off.
Do a spinoff. Don't keep it going. Just do something on the side.
Yeah.
All right, Micah, wow us with your awesome idea.
Yeah, so this is going to be one of those things where, like, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and think, I should have said that. But in the moment, I think it kind of maybe the previous, maybe John's topic inspired me a little bit.
Oh.
But I
Nachos?
think the Persona series
Oh,
would do well in a limited run. And honestly, I have faith. I think it could just keep going. I think it's one of those few IPs that you could just milk the out of that and keep making money off of it. And I'm not talking about the new shonen stuff. You know, Persona 3, 4, 5. They're very geared towards teenage boys.
going
Like I say,
old
it's pretty much a
school.
teenage boy dating sim. But like Persona 1 and 2 have that gritty, like early 90s, late 80s approach to it where it's very real and it's dark. And I think that would translate so well into film. You could do real dramatic storylines that aren't just about fighting, and the personas would be there kind of as some extra flavor to help pad really just pragmatic storylines that I think would appeal to a lot of people. And again, you'd still get the teenage dynamic with the students and the high schools that a lot, you know, does attract. It attracts a lot of female viewers, which I know Netflix. That's what you're going for.
Oh,
Okay.
so is that the home for this?
So-
Netflix original?
I think
Yeah.
Netflix original. Yeah, they've tried a lot of anime adaptations. They did Death Note, which is kind of in that same vein. But I think the Persona series, I think it's proved itself. I think it has a following. They could get a lot of marketing support from the fan base that exists,
Okay.
and I think they could do a really cool approach to that. I mean, again, it's gonna be Persona, but it's not gonna be recognized by a lot of the younger millennials and the Gen Z kids. It would, I think it would have to be really Persona 1 and Persona 2, gritty, dark, kind of like investigative plot lines. That's what I would pitch. Yeah.
I would want it to be authentic. So every time they get in a fight, I just want them to keep yelling, Persona! Persona! Persona!
I think that would work.
My daughter
Sounds cool
my
to me.
daughter's playing them, and every time they get in combat, the characters just keep saying it over and over. I'm like, do they have any other lines? What do they just keep saying it? My persona, persona, persona. I was like, what? Okay. I get it. I know, but that's all I know about. And they put the gun to their head, I guess. But
Oh yeah, I think the Persona 3 remake. That's what that sounds like. Yeah, they're not really guns, at least in the Western publishing. Western publishing, they were invokers. They look like guns, they act like guns, but they don't really shoot themselves in the head.
I know.
Supposedly, I don't.
okay,
It's probably some Western publishing
wow.
stuff. Yeah.
It's popular. Video games. Did we touch on this in another episode, Brown? Like video games making the transition to film and TV. I think we talked about it or something. Anyway, I could definitely Persona making that transition. It's popular enough. It's been around long enough. I think that could also do probably pretty well. You got the built-in audience. Cool. Okay. Any other thoughts on Persona?
Waiting to hear what big bomb you got to drop.
Yeah, this better be good.
Is he? You got that look. You got that look on your face, like you're just waiting.
Do I have that? I do have that look.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You got that look.
You know me too well. You know
Yeah.
me too well. So we were originally going to talk about a mecha themed episode.
Oh, Real
and
Steel
why-
2. Here it comes.
Oh no!
Here we go. So, but you know, you got the Marvel fatigue, you got Star Wars fatigue, and I was just like, man, that mech genre, why has that not taken off? Why did it ever take off? I mean, that could be maybe something that's coming next. So that's kind of what we were, and maybe that's a different episode coming in the future. Who knows? So when you came up with this idea, I'm like, well, obviously BattleTech, because I'm just in that mech mindset right now, right? But then I was thinking, like, well, wait.
Red line.
Here we
Red
go.
line, right? This is red line.
BattleTech had its time in the sun, but you know what? Hey, I'm gonna. Here we go. Here we are. Give me my time.
Okay. Hey, I'll give it to you.
No, so here we go. So if you don't know, and you don't because you haven't heard it before, I'm a small game publisher. I have a small collectible trading card, expandable card
That's not
game.
how I thought that sentence was going to end.
Called Redline. It's very simple.
It's adequate. It's fine.
If BattleTech and Magic had a baby, that's my game. But heavily BattleTech influence, but it takes place in the near future. And man, oh man, if anybody, nobody knows, but the world here, the story behind Redline is so relevant to today. If any studio out there wants a hot mech property, you need to be looking at Redline here. So just give me like a couple of minutes. So it takes place in the year like 2060. Yeah, it's like 25 years away. And we got giant robots in solar system space travel. So like, how do we get to this far technological advance so quickly, right? Well, here's the thing. Look at the world around us right now. Like, we are going through a second space race, if you will, right? The privatization of space is a real thing that's changing how our world works with SpaceX and Origin Blue, right? And just we are putting Katy Perry into space these days, right? Mm-hmm. And who knows where we're going to be in 10 years. If Elon Musk has his way, like, we'll be in Mars. And then you have AI and these walking robots you see now from that, Atlas company, right? Like, there's a lot of techie stuff we're living in the middle of right now. So is it that much of a reach to think that in 25 years, like, maybe we don't get to a world where we have colonies on Mars and colonies on the moon and these giant walking robots and stuff? So that's kind of like where Redline comes from. But in the present day of the game, here we go. There's like a big Cold War going on between the remnants of the Soviet Union, which fell apart, and the Chinese Communist Society, which fell apart, right? They're living on Mars. You got the United States kind of in charge of the West or the rest of the Earth, but they're also falling on hard times now. So they're not doing so good. And there's this kind of like inner solar system kind of Cold War going on where these two factions are kind of nipping at each other, fighting but not fighting, kind of like what we're seeing now with tensions in Ukraine and Taiwan, with almost the exact same factions that we see now in the real world. So that's kind of the setting behind the game, and that's fertile ground to tell all sorts of stories between, what's going on in real life now and society, but, looking through the lens of this near future world full of conflict, but still relevant and still kind of grounded to what we're living in today. So that's my pitch for Redline. It's kind of more of like a setting, but it depends on how you want to do it. You could do like a cool little anime version. If that's the case, I want to be on Crunchyroll, please, right? Mm-hmm. But if we're going to do like a serious, grounded, well-done show, I would want to be on Amazon Prime just because of how they do The Boys and Invincible. I think this could fit right there alongside it. Lots of action, deep storytelling, good characterization. And again, I think, mecha genre, it's primed, it's waiting for its time in the sun. And, Redline will be a great show for someone to pick up if they want a giant universe to explore and build out and have a bunch of cool mech fights. And there you go.
All right, so can I
go for it?
All right,
there you go.
And again, this I might just be going too heavy on this, but I think it's great. But you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to remove all of the political stuff out of it, because that will not fly, especially today in a globalized market. Because Russians and Chinese
show in China.
Because the Russian and Chinese audience, they don't want to be on. They're not gonna want to. Because you're touching on Cold Wars. People want to forget they don't want to be reminded about all the conflict going on.
I don't know. I like the Chinese faction better than the American one in his game.
I like it. But as far as investors go,
yeah, they're like way cooler. Sorry, they got the cooler mechs and everything.
Investors go, I don't think investors are gonna want to touch something so hot like that. So you'd have to kind of BattleTech it out, and you'd have to make like the clan on Mars. Maybe if you read into it, there's some Easter eggs. You kind of get it. Okay, with this fallen remnant because remnant Soviet Union, that's not a good look. The remnant,
the Chinese
CCP,
and the Russians are the bad guys in
BattleTech. They don't want to
right?
pay for that. They're not gonna buy that. It's not gonna go well in the global market. You would have to just kind of put a new coat of paint on it. But I think it could totally work. I think it's great.
I am going to take the exact opposite stance that Micah just took, and I'm going to say you got to play that up, right? And like he's correct in that you do have to consider those markets, but the way that you do that is not by removing any nods to the current or former political realities of our world. Instead, you do the whole modern, like, quote unquote, who's the bad guy, right? You paint them both as having relatable struggles and relatable goals, and both are flawed and fallible, and both are trying to achieve maybe some good things, maybe, and you just make it so it's kind of like, well, who do you root for, kind of a thing. And then that way, folks in the Chinese and the Russian market have somebody to root for. We got somebody to root for. I know India plays a big part in the red line world. India is a huge market. They can have people to root for, right? So I think it go the opposite way. You really play up the politics, but you do it in a way that's complicated and nuanced. And there is no quote unquote bad guy. It's all just kind of shades of gray. And I think that's the way you make a property you can sell worldwide.
Isn't that a lot like The Expanse or something?
Oh, I love The Expanse.
Never saw it, but I wanted to.
Wait, what? You never saw The Expanse, bro? Oh, you'd like it. You'd like it a lot, I think.
Oh, man. That gets you in a
good show.
Sci-fi, Cam.
Yeah, shoot, man.
There's a lot of things I missed out on because I was just busy to watch too many shows. I'll just end here real quick. Like there is and again, how would you know? But there is a lot of gray. So like the United Nations of Earth, UNE, like they're not the blanket good guy. Like they're like a declining empire. They're kind of like taking over the whole world after the vacuum of power from the Chinese and Russians and Indians leaving. And so they're like grasping and they're like holding on to what they have, but there's a lot of uprisings. There's lots of poverty in the world and impoverishment. And so they're trying to like be the world police, but they're struggling to do that while also fighting against the Martian faction, Crimson Pact of Mars. And again, they're not entirely bad either. They're a group of people struggling through a lot of hardship. They're starting a new life over on a brand new hostile world. And, the United Nations of Earth is kind of antagonizing them, won't let them be. And so there's a little, it's not black and white, not to do the cliche, but there's lots of gray in there. There's mercenaries all over the place because these nations can't afford to fight these big battles by themselves. Hey, tell me where that's not happening in the world today. And there's a big grasp for resources, not oil in our world, but rare earth metals. Specifically, a lot of them that are in like the asteroid belt. We have some space travel. We can't really leave the solar system, but we can kind of easily go from Earth to Mars, the moon. And so there's some limited access of space travel in the universe. But when that asteroid belt, that's opened up, there's a wealth of minerals there. So there's a race to, get those materials. And so that's a big thing that people are fighting for as well, natural resources. And, read a newspaper today, you'll see all that stuff going on. So anyway, that's my take. BattleTech, I love you. You had your time in the sun, but we need something a little more palatable for the public. And I think Redline would be a smooth fit, an easy watch. and lots of places you can go with it. So I'm done. I'm done shilling. Redline game.
Well, it does end up sounding a lot like The Expanse, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd still watch it. I'd still watch it. I like that type of show.
I'd get down.
Yeah, I'd totally get down on that.
I'll say it's a fun card game.
Mm-hmm.
For real, yeah. It's super fun card game.
So
At least pick it up.
I did have one that I thought Micah was going to bring up, and I want to get his thoughts on this because I think it would be crazy. But Micah, what do you think if somebody did a limited series of the Amory Wars?
Oh yeah, that a limit. Yeah, that's a huge anthology. You'd have to do multiple limited series of that. Yeah, and I know he tried. So for anybody who doesn't know, the Amory Wars is the title to the anthology of the concept storyline from the band Coheed and Cambria. It's very much riffs. It's super inspired by riffs. Like that guy totally played riffs. You've got a lot of characters that NPCs John would have created, like the racist trucker who hates misogynist racist trucker who's like killing people and freezing them in his cargo, like stuff like that. Like as he yeah, it's super cool. Intellectual property. Yeah, geez, that's something I forgot about. I used to listen to those guys all the time, and I just like kind of fell out of that. But that would be super cool. And he tried to do a movie. He was, I think, working with Legendary Films at one point to try and get something rolling, and they just never got it off the ground.
For your Gundam show.
But knowing Claudio, he would have totally wanted a lot of control.
Oh God, I'm sure.
over it, and they, knowing those Hollywood guys, they're probably like, "Hey man, like just take our money and go away." And I don't think he was into that. But yeah, dude, that would be super cool. Like it's like Marvel meets Riffs is kind of the world building and all that. I mean, you've got like pretty much the story is, you've got like this grand archmage who presides over a galaxy, and he constructs these superhumans that are just incredibly powerful and dangerous to the whole galaxy, to the point that they like. And again, I might be wrong. So if there's a super cobalt and calcium, which is like the forum of fans who deciphered all this through the lyrics and the music. If there's a super cobalt and calcium fan, I apologize, but from what I understand, these life forms are so powerful and dangerous, they ended up like wiping their memories and placing them on Earth to live normal lives. And then they end up like waking up and recovering their memories, and they've already started a family, and their genes have been passed on, and so now they've got these superhero children who are also a threat, and they come in to erase them, and they end up like fucking like, they're just like, no, and they fight back, and they like the son gets out, he escapes Earth, and he goes on this huge like odyssey throughout the galaxy with angels and stuff to like to usurp the power of the grand archmage.
Kind of sounds a little Scientology to me. I don't know.
Like
a little bit, yeah, maybe.
I mean, for those that don't know, there's a whole like series of like graphic novels and stuff already for this, and it follows along with the music that this prog rock band has put out over the years and years, right? So like, I think it would be such an interesting challenge for somebody to take that source material and transform it into a limited series and there's some crazy stuff in it. Like there's like a demon
rock
possessed
opera.
10-speed bicycle, right? Like
So the 10-speed bicycle is the author of the whole narrative, like who's writing the story. He's essentially God.
yeah, it's like
And he starts having delusions while
deteriorated
he's writing the
mental
story
state.
out.
Yeah,
Where
like
he
there's
can't figure out how the main hero, the protagonist, overcomes a challenge, and then his 10-speed bicycle in the corner of his room starts speaking to him because he's probably just been stuck on this writer's block into delusion, and his 10-speed bicycle's like, hey, you know what? His love just needs to die. She's got to go.
yeah,
And so literally in the story, he's like, oh, I don't know how to do this. So literally the hand of God in the story comes and smites her, and it propels the main protagonist into, like, I'm assuming a rage, to where he overcomes his challenge and flips out and ends up like doing what he needs to do.
yeah.
But
It's
the
it's
10-speed is
super bizarre
out there.
but the music absolutely rips, and I think it would be so freaking crazy to be like, there exists a limited series that's based off of a graphic novel that has an entire soundtrack from a super popular band that is all about that narrative. Like it would just be such uh just an audacious, like crazy uh endeavor. And I thought for sure Micah was going to bring it up, and that was going to be his thing, because I know he used to be a huge Coheed
Yeah.
fan.
Well, that's the thing. I would have woken up the next day and been like, oh,
Ah,
I should have done that.
should've everyone.
So you
Oh.
you got it before I did.
They might need to workshop that idea a little bit after hearing that. So.
Yeah.
You lost me at 10-speed bicycle.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
crazy.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, sorry.
Like,
Then the
Captain
banana
Planet would've
bread
made riffs.
came to life.
Even
I was
It's
angry.
an
bicycle.
Yeah.
The world
Micah's in
is
the shed.
the laws of the world are ruled by a crazy exhausted delusional God. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Some good drugs. So, all right. I think that is it. So, thank you, gentlemen, for being here on the show. Ben, you are missed. Please come back sometime soon. And well, that's a very important episode of Vip to Vit. And we will see you next week. Hey, leave us in the comments what shows you want to see. But you got to let us know what streaming service they belong on as
Paramount
well.
Plus.
So,
Let's see somebody with a property for Paramount Plus. We need it. We need some people.
shit, I should go talk to Paramount. Yeah, they do need some help right now.
Tubi.
Tubi's fine. Tubi's fine. So. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. And we'll see you in the next episode of Vip to Vit. Goodbye now.
Goodbye.